Hi, welcome to Simstone again. I'm here with you with a new CAS family cruise, of course, video for you. I'm going to attempt to do a let's play with this family in Sulani. I can't wait. It looks to be a beautiful world. I actually, at the time of recording this video, not the speaking, but the recording, I hadn't been in the world at all. So, let me give you a little backstory. First of all, this is Sulani Moneton. Okay, probably not pronouncing that right. Yes, he is the elder in this family of a previous leadership role in this tribe. The tribe meaning the community they live in. So they all know each other so well there. At least most. I mean, some new people might move in, but they welcome them with open arms and parties. And Sulani was a great leader, compassionate, the land, the sea, the animals, big into fishing and living off the land and cleaning up this world, especially more so now with the pollution and the problems in these islands. So he is a great person to look up to. So our head sim that we're kind of basing this off of is his grandson, but Sulani is like the best person to look up to in his grandson's opinion. And his grandson has a lot to work toward and has a lot of expectations, but his grandfather is more like just compassion, just loving. Like, he's a family man too. He just wants what's best for the community, the tribe, for the family. But he's there. He's the biggest support. And since he's still around, he does a lot in communicating with the other islanders. So that leaves a little bit that the others don't have to do, but our main sim will have to learn how to communicate well and get along with and help the rest of the tribe. He's very much, Sulani very much wears a lot of just more culturally appropriate attire. A little more just laid back, but also kind of decorative, especially for like a party. He has his full flower crown on. But he also, he's starting to get a little bit into like a more of a modern style. But he likes to keep it more traditional if he can. So, yes. our main sim, let me just talk about him for a second, because we're going to go more into detail, but our main sim in this Let's Play is going to be Holokai Moneton. So this is Sulani's grandson. So you'll get to him later. We're going to start with the eldest and move on down to the youngest. But Sulani had a wife, of course, and what is so special and amazing is she is a mermaid. Yeah, so we're going to show you her in a minute. But Sulani would say that he found Kai, the mermaid. But Kai found the community. Kai was more into the community and how they welcomed her with pretty open arms, especially for being someone they didn't know. And this species, this mermaid, I mean, back when she came ashore, they weren't even sure if mermaids existed. Now they know, of course, but the mermaids still like to keep to themselves, of course. But it was just more like folklore. Oh yes, the mermaids helped lead my ship back to shore. One time, stories that were told. But Sulani really, did he fall in love? I think he fell in love later. But more he was like entranced by her. Like, this is such a magical, beautiful being. And he wanted to be with her. So the love built up later. And flourished as they grew older. So they are wonderfully in love now. And all the tribe have, of course, welcomed her, and she is definitely considered family. I mean, she has a family. But yes, this is Kai Moneton. She took Holokai's name. We don't know what her what mer people used for last names or even firsts. She was given the name Kai when she came ashore. She had to learn English. They don't really speak. If they did, we don't know their language. But she was a quick learner. She picked up on the native language and then later English. But she had no name. And we don't know about a last name. We didn't know about the first, right? Nobody knew about the first. But the tribe gave her the name Kai. And of course she got Moneton. She got the last name from marrying Holokai. Kai means from the sea, of course, so it was very much a realizing, oh yes, she came from the sea, she came ashore came out of the sea, so that's why they named her Kai. My video is not showing currently what we are on right now, but just in case we are into our next sim, we will dive into him a little bit. This is Haku. Haku is Holokai's father and Holani's son. Sulani and Kai's son. He is the chief of this tribe, of this community, and he proudly is a leader. Like, that's his full intent, to be like a leader, but he's a little bit brash about it in both his speaking tone and his actions and his swagger. Not like a swagger. He has more of a slightly angerish tone to him. He's not angry so much. It's just he wants things done how they're supposed to be done, and he holds a lot of high expectations for his son to learn everything he needs to eventually take over and become a leader of this tribe. So it's a lot of expectations put on Holokai by his father, and we'll get into that more later, but just know that is kind of a stressor for him. Whereas his grandfather is very compassionate and loving and gentle in teaching. Also, Kai doesn't really lend. She does lend some things to the family. She is both. It has some like watery powers, possibly. But she's also great with plants. She has helped grow a nice amount of plants that they can live off of on their land. So she's very much in that. And of course, family. She wants a big happy family. So back to Holokai. Back to Haku, of course. Yes, he's very much a leadership role. He's very much into that. He is the type to be like, if you did something wrong, there is something you have to pay. He's very much the security for the family, and yes, he helps the other members of the community, but not in so much of a loving way, but more like okay, you need help with your land. Here, he's a delegator and designator. He is very much puts other people onto what needs to be done. But I mean, yes, it's a lot on his plate of what he has to do. So it's hard for him too. But like he's been taught and he knows from his father and his grandfather and so on that what is expected of him to be a great leader. Now, if you think about his father, Sulani, he doesn't have as much of a worry about the everyday stressors of leading this community, this tribe. He's taken more of a laid-back approach. But, he's learning about the parties and the cultural events, helping the community and conservation. And whereas Haku is very much the down to business sort of person in this tribe. And I did see that we kind of, at least on my end, flash forwarded almost to more of Holokai Haiku, sorry. So I'm assuming we're going to do that again eventually. So on to the next member of the family. Here we have a different turn of events at this point. It was very much island driven, like, everyone's from the island, they knew each other, which, back in that day may have been okay, but now it's not so much. And more people are moving to the island that haven't lived on the island, so, foreigners. So, Haku's wife is Isa Naito. She is from San Myshuno, the big city woman, but she came to Sulani for vacation, and we wouldn't say she didn't go back, but she was drawn back because she did meet Haku there, and there was some love that sparked, and she, of course, then moved. And this is, again, I don't know, 20 so years, possibly, that she has been on the island and is now part of the community and is loved also, but this was very much a love between Isla and Haku. Haku, his style is a little bit more up to date. He is definitely a fisherman. That's his passion, but then he also has his responsibilities. So he's definitely an angler. He loves the outdoors. Son of the islands or child of the islands. Also kind of child of the sea, possibly. I'm trying to remember all of his aspirations. But yeah, so he's teaching his son how to fish, to sail, to dive. So, but that is kind of his, like, outward passion for that. Because he loves being outside and loves being on the water. And on land, but so, back to Haku and Isla's romance. Yes, so they were very much a love at first sight sort of romance, and she quickly returned, and like I said, she's been living there now. Now she is of Asian descent, living in San Myshuno, and she's bringing the modern to the traditional cultural side of Sulani, of this community, of this household. So mostly, she loved being in the city. She's kind of a city person, but so she doesn't want to be like put you off a grid and like have no modern amenities. But she's definitely stepped down and like, yeah, I need a few things, but like mostly I do love this lifestyle here. So that's great. She's she's more of a minimalist now. So, Haku and Isla, they have had 3 children so far, and they don't feel like they're done yet. Yeah, they definitely want more children, but it is tradition that the firstborn son would eventually take over leadership positions, so wouldn't you know, they had a son first. But then they had 2 daughters, so they would definitely like another son. Isla is, again, more modern. She kind of like, but she is from Asian descent, so sometimes they have big families. So it's not unlike her to have a big family, but she's the one also having the family. So, we also won't mention, but Kai and Holani also had a daughter, and unfortunately, she passed very, very young. We don't know if there was ever, or if there's ever a way to know if their daughter had was a mermaid. Because they wouldn't show it. They wouldn't show it at such a young age. But it's possible. And their daughter's name was Kiana. So, taking me Kaolani. So we're taking the Kai and the Alani. Kaolani was their daughter's name, but again, she passed very young. Not a stillborn or anything, but very, very young. Complications, for which we don't know, but we do believe that her spirit and the spirits of the others in this leadership family of this tribe are still very much a part of this land that they live on. So we never know what we might encounter. So yes, Haiku and Isla had Holokai, our main son, sim that we'll be playing in this Let's Play, and then we also have Kalua, yeah, like the pork, I guess. Okay, but this has some special meaning, and Lokelani. So that's a handful of a word. Let's see. Holokai means let's go back to here and see what Holokai means. A seafaring person. So yes, his son, our sim, is very much into sea. Gets that from his grandmother, I guess, and from his father with fishing. And then Kalua means the second child, pretty simply, the second child. And even though her name may not be as interesting, she's definitely got an interesting story planned for her. Well, I have an interesting story planned for her. We'll see what this leads to, but and then we have Sulani. And Sulani means divine rose. How beautiful. They always dress her in red because they call her Rose. That's her nickname. But as we know, Holokai is handsome. He's got a lot on his plate because he's going to end up being the tribal leader. He's got his grandfather's guidance, which is a very big help for him. And his father is teaching him everything else he needs to know. But it's also a source of kind of stress for him because he just wants to be a team in some ways. He just wants to be out in the water and maybe not care so much, but he's got a lot on his plate. So we're going to see how that develops. But Kahlua, we did make Kahlua a team, but then I figured I wasn't going to make Holokai a team, or a young adult. He was going to be a team, so, because I couldn't make him a son of Haku and Misla, so Sulani is a team, and Kahlua is now she's just a child. She will be. We'll go and design her then. And then Sulani is a toddler. So we have all age ranges. But Holokai's main thing is, when he becomes young adult, his workload and, what he needs to do to help the community is a lot more than even as a team, but he still has to learn things as a team, so he just feels like he's not really getting the team experience, shall we say. But Kahlua is, again, second child, so she might be a little bit, looked over. The middle child, but she's got some interesting, aspects. She may not have it right now as a child, but she does plan to want to become like a celebrity in a way. She is got the most beautiful voice, and we think she gets out a bit from her grandmother. Kai had this enchanting voice, like a siren in a way, but mermaids have somewhat of a voice too. So the family thinks that she's got that from Kai. But she also loves animals, so she's going to be like the little animal rescuer. So that'll be interesting to see her grow up. And then little Kalani here, yes, our little rose. She's just very inquisitive right now. As a toddler, and I think her parents, Haiku and Isla, they thought at first that she might be the last child they have, but now they do want to try for more. But they were like, she's so precious, she's like a rose, and that's why they named her Sulani, and they call her a little rose, and rose, anything colored or whatnot. They attribute that to her. Clue is very much like she's very trendy. She's very modern trendy, so she gets that from her mother Isla, for sure. She loves the color orange, and I think it looks stunning on her. I don't do very much like orange-centered outfits, but I think for her it looks beautiful. But I think as a child, she started off with yellow because I couldn't find much orange for her. So she's always got that sunny personality, and yellow and orange are pretty similar in that way. But yeah, so we did have to go back in and change her back to a child, and then give her some clothes for that, but she's very much more modern trendy, but like still beachy style, but like she's got that style influence, like her mom Isla Isla travels back to San Francisco because she has friends there and family there of her own. So when she's back in the city, she buys all kinds of fun clothing for the girls. And not so much for Holokai, but he's always been more like just throw on a ripped t-shirt and flipper, well, some kind of pants, but like, and flippers, and just be in the water or play in the sand. He's very much that type of a boy, so they just got what they had on the island for him. But she loves to go and dress up for girls, so they will probably make lots of visits back to San Myshuno, hopefully as an actual family. And they love to travel some more too. Maybe not the whole family, because unfortunately I think Holani is very much more concerned with like how everyone else is doing on the island and helping them than he would be like wanting to go and travel to a new world and a new land for him. And Kai needs to be near water. She could always swim wherever she wanted to, but then there's a lot of cold water areas, and she's not into that. And she has family. She has a family down under the water, and she does like to see some of her friends, but she's kind of been. She has family, I guess, but like when they're old enough to be on their own, mermaids, they're very much on their own, and she has just a tiny few friends, but sometimes they have it rough, I've heard. So, but she needs to be near water, and she feels more comfortable living mostly in Sulani, dipping in the water to help her hydration needs, and then just staying close to home. And as they're getting more elderly, I think that's what they want, just to be home. So if family travels, it would just be, we don't even know who it might be. It might be Isla and the girls would travel. Because again, unfortunately, Haiku is like, there's too much to be done on the island. How can I go travel? And Holokai is kind of like, I mean, he's got too much to do, and how can he travel? And he just wants to be near the water too. So I don't know if this is going way over the video because it's kind of stopped for me. But I'm going to stop here. And thank you for watching. And I will be back with you with a speed build of their home in Sulani. Bye!